La-dee-do.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Kindling Conversations, your second episode. I'm here with my great three hosts, and we got a good episode for you people today.
Kyle.
I'm Ben.
I'm Caleb.
And we're back with another episode.
How are you guys?
Oh, I'm here.
I'm good.
I'm
How are you
alive.
doing?
We're back for another week.
You're kicking?
Kicking.
Still breathing?
Still breathing. Yep, we're still here. Hey, I woke up today. That's always a good day. That's always a good way to start the day, isn't it?
That's
That is-
the
that is
perfect way
true.
to start the day.
I can't think of a better way to start the day than than waking up.
Literally the perfect way.
Can I just add, did you switch shirts?
Yeah. It
I
got
would
80
hope
degrees.
so.
It got 80 degrees in this fireplace room, and I was wearing a long sleeve. I was sweating.
Okay, but can we just point out that his shirt says "Real Men Marry Social Workers"?
Is that what it says?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was the pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
Because real men don't marry social workers.
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Mentally unstable men marry social workers.
Real women.
That
marry
explains
fire-
Kyle
Yeah, right.
perfectly.
I know. That's why I said that.
Real women marry firefighters.
All right, boys, because
Ain't that the truth?
true.
You're not a firefighter, she'll never have.
I'm a
I know I'm never
firefighter
gonna marry a
fiance.
real woman. Apparently, that's okay. Maybe one day, Ben. I've talked about it.
Oh, you know that's right. You'll marry a guy. That's right.
Huh?
You'll marry a guy.
Wow.
Yeah, you know I'm true. Stop with the dead space. That's not very good for podcasts. God. So
Anyways.
stop talk. How we talk instead of just
Okay.
emotions?
Since
We're podcasting. What?
what?
No,
What are you so, like,
Okay,
shocked
dokey.
about?
So what's
Thought he dropped the-
what?
Okay,
What's
so
our first topic we're going to talk about here?
it really only pertains to us three boys, because I
Sorry,
don't think
Ashley.
Ashley's gonna care too much about the GTA 6 trailer.
She's trying to figure out account stuff right now, so that's fine.
Yeah, so she's got a little bit of time. But let's talk about the trailer. Thoughts?
It's
I liked
gonna
it.
it's gonna be a fun game.
It was the longest of all the GTA trailers
Yeah.
Yeah.
that has come out.
I mean,
Not
we
much,
we waited what?
but-
Well, how many years was it? 10 years, something like that, for a 90-minute or 90-second trailer.
It
But
was
man, the hype was huge, man.
They could have given us at least a 2-minute trailer.
a lot
Oh
of
my
stuff.
goodness! See, you're the people that I knew was gonna come out. Like Rockstar's gonna give us something like a great trailer, and they're still gonna find things to complain.
I
about.
want to see gameplay. Like, let's go. Come on.
Yeah,
There
but
was a
that's gonna be in
lot.
the gameplay trailer, but that's gonna be down the road. Right now, they just had to like.
They should have been working on GTA 6 this whole time.
There was a lot of speculation when this trailer would drop too, because it was supposed to drop last year at this time, because everyone thought
Yeah.
it would drop at the Game Awards and it
Yeah.
didn't. And they just had the Game Awards like last night, and then and it dropped the beginning of this week.
But it also still dropped early because from the original date because someone leaked it, and so
Someone-
they decided to
yeah.
drop it anyways.
Yeah, they forced their hand. They're like, yeah, we got to drop this now.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. I was a little upset by that. I loved the trailer, right? And I was happy.
But I
to
wasn't
see it early.
expecting it.
Right, I wasn't expecting it. I had hype for like 9 a.m. You know what I mean? Like
What did you see?
I was ready.
The song they used, the listeners increased on Spotify and like all
Oh, really?
I believe it.
platforms because they used that song. So like it just skyrocketed.
Have
because
you
of
also
it.
heard that cancel culture is already trying to cancel GTA 6 because of the trailer? Because it showed crime in the whole trailer.
Yes, that is
The-
GTA 6.
Yeah,
That is
the game
GTA.
the game is literally named after a
Grand
crime,
Theft
Grand Theft
Auto.
Auto. So I don't know, what do you expect from a game? I think that's what GTA 6 is, committing crimes.
In the trailer they showed a guy with like a lot of makeup on, and he resembled the Joker man
Yeah,
that was in Florida. He contacted them, and because he wants to sue them.
really.
For them putting him in the game,
Jesus.
even though it's not really him, he just kind of.
But if you also look,
close to
there's
him.
this big motorcycle thing down in Florida too that they got in trouble for. That was also in the trailer.
Yeah.
There was a
So I
lot of
mean, what
things
you
that-
say?
There was a lot of things that actually happened in Florida that they're actually including.
Like
in
they had
the
like
game.
Right.
they nailed Florida Man in there too, like perfectly.
They have to include a lot of social media stuff these days because that's all stuff is these days. Like
And-
you have stuff from TikTok, Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram Reels. I mean,
Yeah.
You
Oh,
name
yeah.
It really
like,
wouldn't
they have to
surprise me
include it.
if some of the missions revolve around certain social media things.
Oh, for
Well,
sure.
I mean,
in Florida Man.
I mean,
Florida man, 100%.
They
let's
have
be
to.
honest. Like 20 to 30 seconds of that trailer was social media, was TikTok
Right. Yeah.
related.
There's
so,
even a part of the trailer where they show like a social media screen.
yeah,
They showed
So, I
like what
mean-
one police chase too. The rest
Yeah.
was like
yeah.
social media and like.
So it
kind
shows
of
you right
showing
there
different
that they're
parts of
really
the map.
upping GTA 6 to be more modern day. Because
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
5, that was back when smartphones
Well-
weren't as big of a
Well,
thing.
Well-
that was back in modern day
Yeah.
and 2013.
When I was discussing this with Caleb over the phone a couple days ago, like the day after it dropped, like GTA 5 to me felt more arcadey.
Yeah.
But then they came out with Red Dead 2, and now with GTA 6, I feel like Red Dead 2, like they have to go beyond that.
Yeah.
And that game was
So-
gorgeous. I
so-
mean, was
I
beautiful.
feel like the graphics in this game are going to be amazing.
They
Well,
have
they have to be.
If they're going to be better or as good as Red Dead 2,
Yeah.
they can obviously get good with that game. So they can even make it better. But this game is only going to be out for current gen, not the old gen.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
which kind of
unfortunate.
sucks.
Yeah,
Well, that's because of how much they're putting in.
That's
too.
true because they want to
You
run it
know.
at 4K and the other gens don't. Just,
The performance and
run 4K.
everything. Like
Yeah.
these
'Cause the-
consoles have to
these
run.
newer consoles can run so much better.
Yeah,
Like it's insane.
exactly.
Well, okay, so I want your take on something. I've been big into the Reddit, the GTA 6 Reddit. I saw someone speculate because there's like the police busting down the door in the GTA 6 trailer.
yeah.
Do you think that you can play as cops? Do you think that's a teaser to playing as cops?
Oh, that'd be so cool if
That
there's like
would be
you play the
super
cop
cool.
character and like do certain missions.
But like
I'm-
let's talk about though how Rockstar
So, wait,
also
when you say-
just
wait,
bought
I have a question.
CFX.
When you
Which
say
is
right.
cops, do you mean like play as a cop like and be able to pull like civs over?
I don't
Or
know
do you
about being
mean, like-
able to. I'm
like
just
a
saying
cop
like
character, you can do missions as a cop.
maybe more of that. I don't
Well,
know. Like I don't know how
Because
would
like
that
in
look.
GTA
and-
5, like all the characters' missions end up kind of combining at certain points.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you mean by like that?
But I mean, there's
or-
speculation that Jason and Lucia, and we're speculating the name Jason. We don't know for sure that that's the name.
We know it's Lucia for a fact, but we
Because of
also
the-
knew that from the leaks.
we did, but
So I
there-
mean,
like Rockstar hasn't officially confirmed Jason's name. We're just saying that because of the
Right.
leaks. But
But-
Lucia, we already know because of the trailer. But there is speculation that Jason and Lucia actually work with the feds. So
Really?
yes,
well, maybe.
So that could be where the
Yeah.
cop part comes into
That
too.
could
What if
be.
what if Jason works for the feds, Lucia doesn't?
That
What if-
would be
Ooh, that's-
too.
What if Lucia is the criminal, Jason
But,
Jason is the one that works with
the
the
thing
feds?
too
and
though
he-
is the
flips
trailer
it.
kind of made it seem like they're a couple at
They-
certain
yeah.
points.
they could
Trust.
have. They
The
could
ending though,
That's-
trust.
So
Yeah,
does
exactly.
so is
That's-
one of them a cop and one was not, but then revealing it to the other one, and then they combined against the
That's
cops?
what I'm saying.
But do you think they
Like-
would?
Like the game we played, A Way Out.
Oh yeah, like a way out. Yeah,
Remember?
yeah, because we were. Yeah, I remember that now.
We escaped from jail,
Together,
and then at the end it was revealed that I was
you
the
were a cop,
an
and you ended up
informant.
arresting me. Yeah,
So like
that's right.
it would
It'd be like a
really flip the tides, but it would give an interesting perspective if we were able to switch as Jason, and
To the
he's
cop
doing like
part.
a raid or something, but Lucia
Yeah.
doesn't know.
Like, and this is all speculation, but I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, I saw it and I was like, ooh, that could be kind of cool if they.
It would be an
incorporated that.
interesting take, especially for GTA, because you always play
Yeah.
the criminal
Oh yeah.
instead of playing the cop.
Well, I'm just.
So let's also go
I'm
back
still
to the
wondering why.
they bought CFX. Let's go back
Yes,
to that. 'cause,
I'm
I mean,
wondering why did they buy CFX? Like,
did they buy it
they-
because they're afraid of that's becoming such a big hit, or they buy it because they want to develop it?
I think it's both. I think they wanted to develop it because CFX was having such reliability issues.
Yeah. They
And-
I know they constantly had server problems.
Yeah. But I also think Rockstar realized, hey, this is a niche we can tap into.
Yeah.
We can develop it better. Let's tap into it. And I think what they want to do, my speculation, is they want to make official servers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And instead of, and I was telling Kyle this when we were on the phone the other day, instead of buying your server like you currently do on
Yep.
Zap Hosting, you'll actually buy it from Rockstar because Rockstar can actually support the
Yeah, they have the
server.
they have infrastructure to
yeah,
support
they
the
have
servers.
infrastructure to support
Well,
that.
And they
over-
got so many. I mean, like they have like
So-
an office in like California, Canada,
Yeah, they can do
Yeah.
the
I mean,
different regions. Yeah.
they got offices, all
So
over.
I feel like they're just seeing this cash cow like GTA Online
Oh yeah.
and saying,
'Cause, I mean,
"Let's
if you look
tap
at the
into
history
that."
of Rockstar, they 100% go towards the cash. Like everything.
Well, they have to. I mean,
They
they're a
have to
business.
100% understand that.
But
Yeah.
if that's where the cash is at,
Yeah.
let's buy CFX for a good amount of money, which I don't think was ever disclosed.
Oh, they never
let's-
disclosed how much they bought it
Let's
for.
buy CFX and let's go into that. You know what I
So
mean?
do we think that they're
Right.
gonna make it easier to get like vehicles into there, or do you think they're gonna have their preset vehicles and still make it hard to get vehicles into there, like custom vehicles, like with the custom?
See, this
logos
is
and
stuff I don't know. I'm just
See,
speculating.
I know, that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
That's
think-
what's your opinion on that? Do you think they're gonna make it easier to get those vehicles in, or
I don't know about.
I
making-
don't think
because the-
Rockstar would allow name vehicles.
No, they don't.
No,
That's
they
already
still
out
won't.
of terms of service. And when they
Yeah.
actually bought
Yeah.
CFX within the
They
first 2
took 'em out.
months,
Yeah.
they made all server owners take out like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Chevy named vehicles, the Jeep named vehicles, and like
right.
anything that resembled their vehicle. too.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's like a license thing.
It
Yeah,
100%.
It's all
No.
licensing.
Because then all these companies want their part of the share, and Rockstar's
Yeah.
not gonna want to give it to them.
Right.
Yeah.
There's only like because you get Forza, some shitty NASCAR games
But
that
again,
are coming
all
out recently
those-
that have the
all
name
those
brand.
Speaking
Hey.
of NASCAR though,
They all paid for those.
iRacing did just take over.
iRacing bought. Yeah.
They took over the rights to the next.
I'm
NASCAR
excited
game.
Did
for
they?
I'm
that.
excited. Yes, that
That's
was
gonna,
released
that's
like 2
gonna
months
totally
ago.
change those
You didn't
Rockstar
hear about
stats.
that?
Yeah,
No, I
that's
didn't.
gonna.
The last good NASCAR games was like NASCAR.
Yeah,
Thunder
I know that they
2004,
tanked.
You know,
I know
But,
they
like,
tanked.
the most recent ones. I mean, just nothing the fans
Yeah.
wanted. Like
Yeah.
they were good on paper.
Like the driving physics weren't very good, right?
Right. So like the last one that came out was just completely broken. Like
Really?
I bought it and I tried playing. I was like 2 races in. I couldn't even get past the track.
Jesus.
Like, The car,
terrible.
it felt like I was driving a boat. Like I kept spinning out, and
Uh-huh.
so like they must have fixed it or something. Because like now I'm able to do it okay,
Yeah.
but like it's still like it has very minimal like adjustments you can make to your car. Like, because back in the day, the games like you could adjust.
Yeah, 'cause
every little
I have
thing.
a NASCAR and Sega, and you can like adjust
Yeah,
everything.
You,
It's like
you can
NASCAR
adjust the
94
track
or something
bar,
like that.
tire pressure, this and that. This one, the only option you have is tight, normal, or loose.
Really?
Yeah, that's
you
it.
can't just like camber at all or anything like that.
You can't adjust.
That's like
you
takes
can't
the whole point
adjust
away
the
of
track
racing.
bar, anything.
That's like takes the whole point of racing. Like that's part of
Right.
racing is your strategy of how you set
Right.
your car up.
And then, so they're saying that they're going to come out with an NASCAR game and an IndyCar game.
Oh, an IndyCar game would be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
The last time an IndyCar game came out was IndyCar like 2004,
Really?
and I played that on PlayStation 2. So like a new current gen IndyCar one that would be pretty sick.
I think
You
that's the
know.
best thing for the NASCAR game franchise
But
is
especially
that
with
iRacing got it.
iRacing buying it out, like that is very good news.
The one thing is though, is it's going to raise the price of that because they're going to put.
But if they don't do a subscription base like normal,
I don't think they
iRacing,
will. I don't think they will.
That'll be good too, because I don't want to pay for a subscription to play a game on Xbox, except for like Game
I don't think they'll do
Yeah.
subscription
But,
wise.
like, for iRacing wise, like that's just a money cow on its own
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You know,
Welcome to Kyle Ben and Caleb's gaming podcast.
Honestly.
this
Well,
NASCAR part kind of became
let's
mine
not
and
actually
Kyle's.
talk about
Yeah.
Sims.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's-
I've
let's
watched
do-
her play it.
I
I
haven't
don't know
played
too much about
Sims.
Sims too much.
I
to be
haven't
honest.
played Sims since like 2015.
Dude.
Yeah, it's been a
Sims-
minute.
So
Sims
what's
is-
new?
Sims is like unhinged at points.
Really?
Like someone
Yeah.
can die and the Grim Reaper just shows up
Oh
And,
yeah, I
and
knew
you can
that.
have like
and like
dinner.
the
with
ghost will
Grim
pop up?
Reaper.
Wait, you
Yeah.
can actually have dinner with the Grim Reaper?
Heck
Yeah.
yeah, you
So
can
what
start
the-
flirting with him and everything.
Really? Like
Yeah.
you can actually like sex with the Grim
Dude.
Reaper?
It is
No, I don't
crazy.
know if he
That's
will
crazy.
usually reject, but you can like
Dude, it's
have
really-
dinner, talk
he
with
will
him.
usually reject you.
He will usually.
I personally have not tried.
Well, like,
He doesn't
come on,
usually
let's
stick
go.
around that long.
We want to
Well-
update my next podcast.
Yes, please.
Well, the funny thing, so like on Ashley's, like like she has like this whole family, but like
It's our little
she'll
family.
meet just like some random person that like knocks on the door, and then they're like living there,
Wait, really?
and then they get older, and she has like 5 different urns from people that have passed away, and they're just sitting above the fireplace. There's like just 5 random urns.
Have you tried to
Man.
down?
Whenever someone dies that she doesn't like, she just has them just throw the urn away.
You
Yeah, I
do?
don't- yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
they
it's
just
like-
take it out and
It's
smash
like
it.
my character, but I wanted a baby. Like I
Yeah.
have one character that like the significant other or the baby daddy is not living in the house because
Oh, really?
I don't want to control him.
Yeah.
I just wanted the baby.
Yeah. So like I'll be watching her play and I'm like,
So he's pretty much a
what
sperm
the
donor.
hell?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so and then there's like no doors, so like you can have them banging. Doors wide open.
You don't have doors on your houses?
I have doors.
Kids can be like watching TV and like the doorway to the bedroom is like right next to them and they're just making love. Like it is crazy.
Have you tried downloading the mods for Sims?
No,
There's some
'cause
pretty interesting stuff you can do with those.
she plays on Xbox.
Oh, so you don't? Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the mods they have some crazy mods.
Yeah,
on
they
I
do.
can only imagine.
They have like
I've
nude
seen some
ones.
videos on it before, and
It
like
shows
do
like
some interesting
actual.
stuff.
It's like porn. It's like animated porn.
What the
Yeah, we don't want to go that far here.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, or you can do some. You can make you can like do different buildings and stuff too with the mods, and like
Yeah.
make like
I
death
bought
traps
her
for your
some
Sims.
packs. So she owns like a vet clinic.
Yep.
Oh dang!
Um,
nice.
I
My
bought her, like, a cat and
toddlers-
dog pet.
Yep,
or
I have
pack.
I have a dog.
Really?
My
Toddler
toddler
pack?
can like
Yeah.
do more things and have like a more like parental connection.
Well, it was on sale, and I was like, "Babe, which one do you want?" And like and there's
That's
so many.
crazy.
There's so many.
There is so many DLC, and she's like, "Yeah, I want that one." So like, I bought a couple of them, and like, and you even saw the updates. There was 2 updates for them the other day.
10
Each
gigabytes
one was
each.
10 gigabytes each.
Jesus.
Like, what did they put in the game for that update?
Outfits, hair, different like
You- okay,
furnitures.
But when
gotta
did
go
Sims
on-
4 drop?
It was a while ago.
Sims
Yeah.
4 is pretty much like another.
It's always
Sims
been a
is
thing.
like
I
another
remember
GTA.
playing like Sims with my cousins when I was like
Yeah. I
younger,
feel like
like on the
it
computer.
came
Like
out-
we
I
would
know-
call each other
Sims
and
is like
play
another
our
GTA
own.
where they can
No,
keep upgrading and milking it for money. all
Yeah,
the
but I
time.
know like Sims has been around a long time.
Yes.
When did Sims 4 come out?
I
Because
don't know.
that's what they're
Hell,
still
you're on your
on.
phone. Look it up.
I
Yeah,
want to
that's
say
what someone looked it up.
2016.
It
That's-
came out
Yeah, because when Haley got
2014.
2014.
because Haley was in high school,
September
she brought her
2nd,
laptop up north
2014.
Yep.
to play it.
And play it.
So it was shown at E3 on June 9th of 2014, and then it came
Huh.
out September 2nd.
That's interesting.
Why
So
can't they do that with GTA, man?
Right?
Like, just show it and then drop it.
Because of
they
anticipation.
have high standards.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then you have
Rockstar.
people
Yeah.
talking about it, so you're making money. They're advertising it because they're talking about it, and then
Well, and Rockstar's such a big name too.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
Who even
But-
makes Sims? EA?
like they already
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
a high
I
standard,
thought.
but
I mean,
EA,
EA, they're pretty big. They already have a.
Well,
yeah, but EA was good
But,
at
like-
NASCAR games, but then when they lost the license for it, downhill.
but
A
looking
lot
at
of
the,
EA
the
sports games are
different
really good.
the different people that play. Like I played in quotations GTA. I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, we got
Yeah.
it for our Xbox
I remember
when we were younger,
But
and
that was mainly for me.
Yeah,
was
I
mainly-
mean,
mainly played it.
just mess around, go to the strip club, start fights,
You
I
have
remember-
to
yeah,
go to,
like-
mom and dad would be home. Maybe I should like let's go to the strip club.
start a fight with the bouncer.
yeah.
you have to
Um,
get hookers.
Do you remember when we were playing
I remember
the,
getting hookers
the role
before.
play servers and we had Ashley come in and try to be dispatch and she was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's me in a lot of video games.
Like Lethal Company.
Yeah, I am the show of that. Like
Debatable.
Yeah.
the controls are very difficult.
They're not that
They're not
difficult.
that difficult.
What?
My
That's one of
hand.
the simpler and more
That's
video
why I
games.
missed that jump that one
I-
time because
You just ran straight off the edge.
the space
Like
bar.
him.
Like Caleb.
Okay, but I didn't know the ledge.
You just kept
there.
running and whoop.
Okay,
did just
let's
keep running.
back up. What is Lethal Company?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
that's
You you work for Jeff Bezos pretty much.
Pretty much.
Um,
And no, Elon Musk. You work for Elon
Yeah,
Musk.
Elon
He's on a
Musk.
different planet.
you work for the company, and you have to collect these items off from these moons
Because
to
they have
give
like
them
research things, but the research
to
things
meet
got
quota.
went bad.
And
And
the
so now they want all the
company's
parts
just
back.
a tentacle monster.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, that is true.
And then
but-
there's just monsters at the moons.
I will say the timing on that game couldn't be better. Like you go in there, and next thing you know, like you're either gonna live, or you're
you're
getting
gonna die.
chased.
Because the funny part
you're
is
gonna
that
die.
game is they let you go so long without seeing a monster, and all of a sudden there's every single monster. You see one, and there's every single monster
Yeah.
after
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, like
But it's
when
like-
we played last, Ben died, and
Yeah.
like we saw on the screen there was like 10 dots just surrounding his body.
Yeah.
Like I saw one monster. I turned around. I couldn't go anywhere because another one. I started running the other way. I ran to like 4 more monsters. I was like, "What the heck is going on here?"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At that point, you can't do anything.
No, you're just
Well-
gonna give up at that point.
What I think is kind of funny about Lethal Company too. So Lethal Company didn't actually drop until like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
2 or 3
Really?
They're
weeks.
big.
Yeah.
We were playing it before they released
Yes.
released the
Oh,
trailer.
so it
for
was still in beta.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It was like an alpha because it's still in beta technically.
Oh, it's still in beta. Oh,
Mhm.
so they just dropped out of alpha.
Yeah, they just
What?
dropped it out of alpha.
Oh.
And what was so funny was that like we had been playing this for what, like we've had it for like a month now. We
Probably.
played it a couple
Yeah.
times, you know, and then they dropped it, and all of a sudden people are like, "Hey, have you ever played Lethal Company?" And I'm like, literally for like
Yeah.
2 months now, they're like, "What? How?" And I'm like, I
Ben,
just know about it.
we were playing Lethal Company, and like 2 weeks later, they dropped the trailer.
Oh, I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They hadn't even dropped the trailer
That's
yet.
a
and
pretty good
we
game for
played it.
being an alpha.
And I
still.
was wondering because when I first tried to stream Lethal Company, which is why I'm wondering if it got taken down, because I couldn't
Oh.
tag the game. I couldn't tag that I was playing Lethal Company.
But wouldn't you
It was
think
on
they would?
TikTok.
They wanted that.
We saw it on TikTok though.
But if it's an alpha, they may not.
But
want
I'm
it
saying on
like that.
Facebook, like
Oh,
I
you
couldn't
couldn't tag
tag
it
the
personally.
game.
Right.
So,
And that's why it probably got taken down.
Maybe.
so I think Facebook might have taken it down.
Huh.
Speaking of which, if you want to follow me, that's at Chief Adam.
Oh my God, he's
Chief
putting
underscore
plugs
Adam.
already.
Hey man, I gotta put some plugs out there. I don't stream often, but when I do, it's kind of fun.
When he does,
Yeah.
it's mostly with us playing that game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or with us playing GTA 5.
That game.
So
is
if you're not
unhinged.
sick of us from this podcast already, go ahead and go over there and watch us play that
Yeah.
game.
because that game.
And then you
is
will be.
unhinged.
Then you after that, then you will be sick of us. But
It's a
you
different
can watch,
perspective on
You
us.
can watch me just completely run from something or just because, and then run right off a ledge.
it wasn't that dark, so I don't know how.
It's the definition of unhinged.
I'm
Like that game.
I'm
There's
telling
no in
you.
between.
Yeah.
I'm telling you though.
Because we actually talk in game, so once we die,
Yes.
like we actually can't have no contact with
Yeah.
each other.
Which was so funny when all three of us died. And Ben was the
Ashley-
one at the
oh.
ship watching, and
Yeah.
we like all voted to have the ship leave early. And Ben was like, "Hello, guys." Good. Waited like 10, 15 seconds.
And I was like,
he was
"Okay,
well,
if you're alive, you're dead now. I'm
Yeah.
taking off."
I'm taking it off if you're alive.
Well, then I died. He was watching. He's like, "No, Kyle's alive. He's just standing there." And I'm like, I'm dead. I'm like, no, I'm just laying there dead.
Or
Like,
that
I'm
time,
not-
or that time that me, Caleb, and Kyle all died, and Ashley was just there, and she's like, "Guys,
Oh,
I
the
don't know what to do." No, the time when she was at the ship and didn't take
The
off
very like
I got
first few
killed.
times.
Yeah.
because
I
she
was
didn't know,
like,
she didn't know how to take off the ship,
no.
and she's like walking around the ship. We're all like, "Ashley, take off, take off." She's like, "I don't know what I'm doing, guys." Also, a monster comes out. We're like, "Close the door, close the door." She can't hear us.
Just mauls her
Yeah.
to death.
Do you remember the one time? It wasn't this last time, but I think it was the time before that we walked in. There was a monster. We walked out, and there was that huge ass monster
Yeah.
just sitting up.
Oh, with like the
Yeah.
three
So
eyes.
finally, I was just like, you know what, guys? I'm gonna sacrifice myself, and I just booked it, and you guys booked it back to the ship,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it worked for you guys,
Yeah.
except for someone ended up dying.
think it was
with
me.
that.
Yeah, Ben, you drowned or got stuck in a mud hole or something.
Yeah,
I
something.
got
like
killed by something. I don't know.
Either way, that I just remember like 10, 20 minutes. We were just sitting, going back and forth, like, "What do we do, guys? What do we do?" And that was absolutely hilarious.
I think the move for that is keeping someone back at the ship though,
Yeah,
I think Ashley's
so we
right
don't
too.
lose.
After
all
day
that stuff.
one. After day one, you also keep someone like it doesn't matter on day one. I think the key is
After you
day
get
one
a lot of
everybody
stuff.
goes in, and then
Yeah, your
on
fire
day
went out.
two,
your fire's out.
Yeah.
well, we can't really have kindling conversations
With no fire.
with no fire.
Dude, it got so hot in here. It was cooking.
It's cooled down now.
Do you want to start one?
Yeah, Ben, you can start it.
I guess. Give me a second.
It took me a hot minute to start that one. I mean, it probably won't take long, but
Anyways, so where were we at? Where were we?
about the keeping someone back. Or
Oh yeah, I think
then
the
having a
move
runner.
is day two. You keep someone back, and you keep someone as a runner to go back and forth, and then
Right.
the other two
Well,
are
see,
just inside.
the runner has the dangerous job because
Yes and no.
you know what if
Yeah, but
you
usually
know-
the monsters don't come out until
well the further
after.
the day goes, the more dangerous it gets.
right. So get all your
You know,
stuff
but
early.
They can also be alerting you to what time it is because you don't know that when you're in the ship.
When
yeah,
you're in the
'cause you
building.
can't- yeah,
In
you
the ship
can't-
or the building.
If you have the walkie, you can.
right, but you keep telling us that because you can run it and stuff. But it's always nice to know, like, hey, it's 8 o'clock. The ship's gonna leave
Yeah,
at midnight. You guys should come back
Right.
yeah.
because each second in the game is 5 seconds or 5 minutes.
Is it?
Yes,
Okay.
it counts up by 5.
Yeah, 'cause the walkie talkies last 13 minutes from fully charged, and each day is 10 minutes in game.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So like when your walkie gets like about 3/4 of the way down, that's about midnight. You know.
We're all watching Ben start a fire. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it might light. I mean, it's gonna make the coals hot, I guess.
Is it lighting, Ben?
No, yeah, Lethal Company, really fun game if
yeah.
you're into like horror games,
What
but
is it,
it's
like
not.
$20-$30 on Steam?
I thought it was like 10.
Was it 10? Well, we bought it at like 10. I don't
Because
know how
it
much
was-
Did that
now.
fire just go up?
Yeah, the log fell down out.
Nice.
No, yeah, like
But yeah,
because Caleb's not really into horror games,
No, I'm not.
but that
So-
game is surprisingly fun
Yeah,
for as
you-
scary as it can be.
It's not
It's not
scary. It's
scary. It's-
adrenaline.
yeah, it's an
And it's like-
adrenaline type.
And it's
game.
like when all your people die and you're left and you have that pressure on you,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, oh my God. But then it's like
Although-
funny.
sometimes I'm just like, you know what? Let me just fucking die. I don't give a shit.
I want to be back with my people.
Dude,
I miss my people.
like it's a good because it really teaches you teamwork too.
Yes.
I mean, like in communication, like it really does teach you that stuff in that game.
And we found out some people are better at communicating than others.
Right. Exactly. Like,
Why are you looking at me, Kyle?
Oh, he was hardcore talking smack.
About me?
Yeah, about you giving directions.
Why?
He was like, yeah, Caleb's like, hey, go left. I mean, like, right.
No, that was more Ben that did that.
I was like, I don't know, I thought I was pretty good at giving the direction.
Kyle,
You
it's
were
the
good at
thing.
giving directions, but
Yeah.
we
He
all
does
had
it
to have
for
a chance.
he does it
Right.
for a job though.
That's fair.
Like mans can look at a map and be like, yeah, go this way, go that way, blah blah blah, and I'm over here like, I think I'm reading it backwards.
That's fair.
We can have kindling conversations again. We're a fire.
I mean, it's a small flame right now, but it'll
It'll light.
roar.
There's 2 logs in there, so it'll light.
See, so I also think Lethal Company I think would be even more fun, arguably, on the VR too.
Oh.
Which I think we can make it
No.
work.
That would
way.
be
Back up.
terrifying.
It would be, but Caleb's not allowed to do it in my fireplace room.
No, he's not allowed to play football in the fire.
No, I'm not allowed to play the VR in the fireplace room.
Hey,
Yes.
I think this one looks better than your other one, anyways. So.
Oh, most definitely.
I do too,
'cause
but it
it's-
took me and Kyle like 5 minutes to figure it. 5-10 minutes to figure out.
Really? It's not that hard. You unscrew the thing.
No. It wouldn't fit.
Yeah, I have
We had to
parts.
take the black piece off.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
I'm hoping it's staying on.
Yeah, because that piece,
As long as that
When you
bottom
put
piece
it
screwed
on,
on, you're good.
the black piece made it go too far down, so we couldn't screw
Yeah.
it on.
Oh.
So, for all of you listeners wondering
I think it was the exact. It's not the exact same one, but
what happened,
Right.
Ben and I brought our VRs over, and we were going to play, or we were playing football.
and let's we didn't have very much time left in this game. Well, we were in fourth
Yeah,
quarter.
We were in like the end of the third, beginning of the fourth
Yeah.
quarter.
Packers
and,
versus Bears, because you
yep,
had to
and
do it.
Ben was winning. Okay.
Ben was the
whatever.
Bears, by the way.
Yeah,
Go
'cause he's the
Bears.
worst team in history.
So far, I have a 1-0 lead against you in football. VR
Bills are
football.
better.
Yeah, in VR football. Let's go look at the Packers Bears record though, Ben.
They're around the same, I think, right now. Actually, to be honest.
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't think they are.
Well, you don't really
overall, I think the Packers actually have more
I
wins on
think
them.
Yeah, if we go
Packers-
overall,
Yeah,
but
overall.
Yeah.
if we look at this season, I don't think it's
season-
much
The
different.
Bears used to have more wins overall. until
However-
Aaron Rodgers joined.
So what happened was I
Whatever.
went to go make a throw, and Kyle was in the room before, like guiding me if I was near the light or anything.
But I needed
Okay,
him
and
to help me
mind
plug
you,
my.
Ben
I
might
was
help.
I was in like Kyle and I's bedroom, laying in bed,
Which is on the other
complete
side of the
opposite
house.
side of the
I was
house.
babysitting.
Ben was in the living room, which is like the doorway to our bedroom. I had the door slightly ajar.
And then Kyle left for something to go help Ben with
I was
his VR.
plugging in Ben's
Yeah.
charger.
And I go to make this like long pass, and I was like, I was putting a lot of effort into it. Thought I knew where I was in the room, and I didn't. And all of a sudden, my fist just hits the like glass of their ceiling.
And I can only hear stuff
what?
through VR. All I hear is,
Yeah, we just heard
Oh,
glass crashing, and we hear "ow."
yeah.
And
So
I
did-
just slowly,
Yes.
and Ben
So-
goes, "Did you break something?"
So
I knew
I
immediately what had happened.
Kyle came down. I took my VR off, and I said, "I'll buy you a new one."
I didn't
I-
even say anything. I
I-
just came in the room and he looked at me. He's like, "I'll buy you a new one."
I come around the corner ever so slowly because I knew what
Ben
had
walks
happened.
in and is like, "Oh shit!" And
They
Ash
are-
just
They are using Mocha's pooper scooper and rake to pick up the glass.
no
and
bag in there.
no bag.
I think the
And-
glass was the last straw for that vacuum cleaner.
And
I
instantly,
think so.
yeah.
Caleb goes, "I'll buy you a new one." Ben's already doing research, and Ben's already looking it up, and I just sit there.
They did have a new one ordered within
did.
30 minutes.
I was gonna say it. This happened last Saturday, and it is
It's-
up
it's already
as of
fixed.
Wednesday.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we did keep true to our promise.
I can thank my dad for that, of finding that researching for a new thing. He
Really?
taught me well of how to find new parts.
Yeah, but then they go to use my vacuum, and then I try and use it, another day, and completely stops
To be fair,
sucking.
To be
Oh, we didn't
fair,
take up that many big pieces. They're all tiny
But
pieces, to be honest.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something might have cut
Yeah, I don't
the
know.
tubing. So I just see puff of like smoke and
I
like,
think your vacuum was
It, like,
giving up,
burnt
and
it out.
that just gave a little
almost
too
definitely
much.
they're hand-me-down vacuums,
to
and
be
I mean
fair,
we do have a
Hey,
like
a
Christmas
wet- hey,
and
wedding
wedding.
registry.
It's already on there. It's been on.
There's
there.
one on our Christmas list.
How many vacuums do you need?
One for upstairs, one for downstairs. I ain't lugging that thing up and down.
Oh my god. So dramatic.
anyways,
If
so,
somebody's
like,
gonna buy it for me, I'm gonna get it too.
Anyways,
Logic. I
it
mean,
was a complete
like-
accident, and
It's everything's fine. Everything's good. I ain't mad
Yeah.
about it.
I thought you were like gonna kill me on Saturday, though. I was
No.
like, "Oh God, I'm gonna."
I heard Kyle telling you, like, Caleb, you're too close. Caleb, take a step back. And I do it to Kyle and Ben when I was living at home. And we did it at the old house because
When I whacked your shelf.
Ben smoked our friggin' shelf.
Hey, ever since then, now I got rubber covers on my VR and things, so we're good now.
So like I got like used to it, and as soon as I heard like the crashing and the "did you break something?" I instantly knew it was my ceiling fan. And then I was like, well, do I get a new ceiling fan out of this? Do I have to take off of work for
Did you ever get a
this?
new light bulb for that up there?
No.
No.
No, not yet. I still
just
need
the
to get
one.
them that.
See, the VR is fun, but there is points where you can get like really dizzy.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's one
Like-
time I played the VR for 3 hours straight. I took the VR off, went to go walk, and I just stood there. But it was a game where you move with a joystick a
Yes.
lot, and so I took it off, and you program your mind not to move when you walk. So
Yeah.
I wanted to walk, and I'm like, why am I not going anywhere? Oh, I actually have to walk.
So actually, yesterday I threw my VR on last night, and
Mhm.
I was playing football and. Beat
Were you by a
Saber
ceiling
and-
fan?
No, we don't have ceiling fans at home.
Gotcha.
Probably
But I
good
was
thing.
by a ceiling. By a ceiling fan. I was playing Beat Saber and football, and I was trying out
The football
number-
ones where you move a lot with your joystick.
Yeah.
So
and it was the football one I ended on.
yeah.
And I played like 2 or 3 games on the football, and I took the VR off and I went to go look at my phone, and it was just fuzzy, and I was like, "What the
It
hell?"
messes with your
It
eyes.
messes with your
gonna
eyes
say
and
when
your
Kyle-
mind, and
When Kyle gets off of it, he like sits on the couch and he just like stares, like
Yeah.
he's refocusing everything.
Well,
well, you
'cause
have to.
Well, I wear contacts, and like when I play VR, I feel like I don't blink as much as I should, so it dries them out.
Same.
Yeah,
It's
I-
almost
So-
like it holds your frickin' eyelids open.
Yeah.
but it doesn't. Like it's around your
Yeah.
upper
I
side
feel
part
like
of
you
your
guys are
face.
just too concentrated on it.
It is because it's right there.
Right.
I feel
Yeah.
like you guys do the same thing when you get on the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
To
do.
be honest,
we do tend
The
to
VR
concentrate.
cannot be good for your eyes at all.
Oh no.
Because your screens are right in front
Although
of you.
Well, I
It's
remember
like
growing-
having
I
your
remember-
eyes attached to the TV.
I remember growing up, you would get yelled at for being too close to the TV.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's also different technology. That back then you held your
yeah,
hand
but
against the
it's
TV,
still.
it was like fuzzy. Like you could feel the static against your hand.
Yeah, but it's
The
still something
best
with your
kind.
eyes.
That's how you used to get high when you were younger. You used to put your hand against
Put your hand up on the static.
Ooh. I will say with the VR, I was surprised because I was like, no, like you have to use glasses, right?
Yeah.
But like in the VR, I'm like, no, I shouldn't have to use glasses. Like I'm nearsighted.
It still
farsighted,
does.
whatever.
Yeah, you're farsighted. Like it's
You still have
yeah.
to put the glasses in there
Yeah.
and play with the glasses, which
I don't understand.
I don't understand it either. But it's literally like I'm stepping into this whole other person.
And you think that you can be like
Persona.
you can know where you're at, but you put that VR on and you are totally lost.
So what I
in
do,
real world.
what I've started doing now is because I have it so that way when I look down I can see my boundary.
Mm-hmm.
But I put little random things in. So like I'll put in where like my seat is,
Yeah.
so that way I know where I can.
Yeah,
sit
in my
down.
room I have my bed, my nightstand, my desk, and my desk chair all marked so I know where it's at.
So I don't have it marked. I just have it in my boundary. I just have it like I put a little thing out so I know. Okay,
I see
that's
what
somewhere
you're
I
saying.
can sit.
I have it actually
and then I
marked. So if I
know
get so close, my
where
boundary
my
pops
space
up,
I'm at.
that shows up on my screen so I know where that's at.
Yeah, see, I don't have
See,
that.
I
I
do.
didn't set that up yet.
I just kind of slightly poke my head out of the boundary because then you can see.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
he'll
and I
he'll
go
sit
off
there
of
and ask
that.
me, "Where am I?
Yeah.
Direct me to this."
It's always
Yeah.
good. I feel like to have a second person there if you have something that's going to be breakable near you.
TV,
Right.
Christmas tree, big picture window, a
Well,
dog.
well, the other
Ceiling
day
fan.
I was doing like my hand mapping, and it wanted me to like stick my hand out, and I like shoved my hand into the Christmas tree. I was like, oh nope, I was like, can't go that far.
Yeah.
There was a time where I was playing and all of a sudden I was like walking or something. All of a sudden I hear a meow. I stepped on my cat.
You know what game I'm surprised they don't have on the VR though?
What?
Hunting. They have fishing. They don't have hunting.
I've never really looked it up. Have you looked it up?
I've looked it up. They don't
Yeah, I
have it.
looked it up.
I looked
feel
it
like
up because I
Call of the
went
Wild
hunting,
would be
so-
really great in there.
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
There was one that was like Horizon something of the Wild, and I'm like, oh, because they got an award for it at the
Yeah.
Game Awards, and I looked it up on VR and it wasn't on there.
Is it for 3 and Pro maybe?
It might have been for a different one or something, but I'm
you
not.
can still
quite
see
sure.
3 and Pro games on.
Can you?
Yeah, you just can't use them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. I wanted to play hunting on it because like my recent first time hunting experience, you
The
know.
shooting games
and
that I've played first person shooters on there, they're weird to get used to. 'Cause you actually have to like hold your hands up in like
You
a
have
gun
to
position.
reload.
If you
and-
guys are wanting
Yeah.
the hunting game to think that it's going to make you guys better, you actually have to see a deer to shoot one.
Yes. Well, 50
Yes, no duh.
And
to
you have to have
90%
a
of-
good aim.
like
None of you have
90%
that
of
right
hunting
now.
90% of hunting is just pure luck. Let's be honest.
Right place at the right time.
Yeah. I
Same
mean
with
that's,
fishing. Right
You
place,
know.
right time in the lake.
I mean, yeah.
She shook the whole couch.
The hell do you see, Mocha?
The fire moved.
The
You're
fire
okay.
moved and it fell, and she freaked out.
No, but like I will say when we went hunting this year, which was my first year hunting, and it was a lot of fun, surprisingly, even though we didn't get anything.
You weren't even out in the woods all day.
No, we weren't.
Why?
No, he pulled a me.
So what my uncle always does, because I went with my uncle. So where we go hunting, it's public land. So
Right.
what guys usually do up there is they'll go out into the woods, pitch black. At about 9, 10 o'clock, they'll leave the woods, and they'll come back around 1.
Why?
o'clock.
That's kind of the way I
I don't
hunt
know.
too, Kyle.
For lunch and
Yeah,
use
I
the
usually
bathroom.
leave for lunch and
and
stuff. I don't
Oh
sit up
man,
all day.
I'm out there fucking sun up to sundown.
Well, I also hunt on
Well, I
private
mean-
land that's about by
So
where I live, so
what-
I can map when deer are out. And we don't have deer out during 12 o'clock usually. So that's why I go out.
Right, but you never know.
There's no
is pure
deer
luck.
out at 12 o'clock. Lying.
So
At least where I hunt.
what
I almost smoked one. I'll tell that story.
what my uncle
Almost?
does.
I did.
You hit a deer?
She hit the ass end of it, but she didn't kill it.
So
I don't
so,
think
okay.
it was
Did you
wounded.
damage your car at
okay,
all?
so here we go. I
She
guess I'm
called-
telling the
no.
story now. So
She called me.
I
wanted
was
to
coming
meet-
from
didn't kill it.
Kenosha, and I called Kyle. I was done with my task, and I called Kyle, and I was like, "Hey, I'm done. Do you want to go to lunch?" Sure, I'm in the area. So we went to lunch. I go, "Hey, I'm gonna go get some gas." Okay, fine. I went to a different gas station than what Kyle thought I was gonna go to. Whatever.
So I took a different way home.
So he took a different way home, and he was
Yeah.
probably like a good 12, 13 minutes in front of me. So I go down by Mima and Papa's
Yep.
on B.
Yep.
And so I'm chilling, listening to my podcast, and I see one pop out, and I'm like, okay, she's good. I slow down, going 60. I get down to like 35.
Let me just preface this by saying, anytime she's been with me, if I even see one, I almost come to a dead stop because 9 times out of 10, there's going to be at least 1 or 2 more that cross in front of me. And it's happened every single flipping time. And she's been with me every time. And I always tell her that when there's one, there's more.
There always
So,
is.
And
I see the one.
she didn't learn.
She goes galloping. I get down to 35. I'm like, okay, so my head's on a swivel. I'm looking, right? Whatever. I start to pick up speed. Another one pops out. I come to a stop. And I'm like, okay, whatever. He comes across, but he like shoots darts backwards. And so I'm like, okay, I'm good. I see like headlights way up in front of me. They're like running lights are on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I start picking up speed. The one that ran down must have scared the other one because then she came up and I had to be going almost 30, 35, 40. And I was like, oh my God. And I slammed on my brakes and I hear a ting, ting, boom, boom. And I'm like, I hit it. So then I pull over and I instantly call Kyle and I'm like, oh my God.
You
I
didn't
hit
need to
a
get out and
fucking
go look at your car
deer."
first?
She was like, I hit a deer. And I'm like, is it dead? And she's like, no. I'm like, is it injured at least? And she's like, no. I'm like, damn it.
I hit it and I heard like the back hoofs
Yeah.
hit
Was
my
this?
car Tuesday
Yeah, it was like Tuesday or Wednesday.
of last week.
Oh, yeah, it was Tuesday.
Yep.
Because she had her test.
And I hit it and I heard the hooves and then I like looked in my rearview mirror and I saw it like tuck and roll.
Yeah.
And then I see it like its head popped up and it just darts. And so I'm like, oh my God. And I get out and I look and there's nothing. There seems to be no blood. There's a couple scratches on my car from the hooves.
Yeah, there's like little scratches. Like, you almost have to be looking for them.
And like you can like
I mean,
feel them. But like,
yeah.
I mean, it's plastic right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
I was like, man, we could have had more meat.
Yep.
We got to get a deer to get meat first. You never,
Yeah.
you get more meat, you would have got meat in general. Because you don't got any right now.
But if she
Right.
would have just broke its leg, I mean, there's no meat on the leg.
No, that's true. You could have
I
called
mean-
the cop. Cop would have came, put him out of his misery. And
Exactly.
You would have
That'd have a whole deer.
got a, you would have got a
Yeah.
tag and been moving on with your life.
Exactly. Like, there would have been no meat to
Was
waste.
it a doe that you hit?
Yeah, 'cause there was 2 does and 1 buck.
Oh, okay.
How big was the buck?
Like 2 pointer. Like he was a stubby.
I almost hit a
Oh,
deer coming out here
spike?
today. I was coming down
Why didn't you?
because it stopped before. I'm not trying to damage my truck either.
They just got new insurance 'cause my
Right?
dad hit a deer and they said you can't be on the insurance
Right.
anymore.
Hit a deer, he
So I
smoked
was
the
coming
deer.
down the road I get used to get here, and all of a sudden I'm watching, jamming with my music. Yeah, whatever. And
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
all of a sudden coming out of the corner of the field, I just see movement. I look and I go, oh! Slam on my brakes. The deer decides to stop, and I'm like,
They do that.
I didn't slow down all the way. I got down to about 10 miles an hour, and it decides to stop, and I'm like, you stay now. All I started to go, all I started to walk. I'm like, no, stay.
See,
And then all of a sudden it ran
living-
away.
Living where we live,
God.
I'm glad it's just deer and not moose
Or bears.
elk
Oh yeah.
or a bear. Because, like, I cannot
Or-
imagine hitting
Or
one of
wild
those with my car.
horses. My uncle was telling
Yeah.
a story that he knows someone in Wyoming
Yeah.
hit a wild horse, totaled his truck
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
instantly.
I cannot imagine hitting anything bigger than a deer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hit a raccoon in my work car. And I mean, this was a beefy coon. And the front of my car lifted in the air. Like, it went boom! And, like, it scared me.
Sorry,
And-
headphone users again.
Yeah, Kyle's good for
Headphone
it.
warning.
I mean, like, I had to get out and look at my car to make sure that it wasn't damaged. Because I was going 60 when I smoked it.
I actually had a friend when I was through high school. I was in the college program through high school. He was delivering pizzas and he hit a raccoon with his car. Ended up doing like $6,000 worth of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah,
slow.
Yeah.
when I was in high school doing driver's ed,
Dude, those little
the
things.
kid driving before me,
Uh-huh.
I was like waiting at the high school and they pulled up and he's like, I'm so sorry, Ashley. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, the driving instructor came out and he goes, you're not driving today. And I'm like, Why not? And he's like, "Oh, he hit a raccoon, and I gotta take my car into the shop. I'm leaking fluids."
That's why I'm glad I have a
it
truck
was,
because
like,
most likely the
3
raccoon will just go right under my
weeks.
truck.
Oh,
It's like hitting a rock with 4 wheels.
Right.
I mean,
They're
they're
thick.
beefy.
Because all the raccoons
So-
around here are fat.
I would.
Yeah, they eat good.
So I'm pretty sure it was a raccoon.
They get all that bar food.
Right.
But one of my brothers flipped his car, avoiding a dead,
Oh,
a
yeah.
dead
Really?
raccoon.
I remember
Yes.
that.
That's
so
crazy.
he was driving down the road coming back from tubing, and
oh,
he
fuck.
saw this raccoon.
Yeah, right.
He saw this raccoon come in the middle of the road, and when he went to go try to avoid it, which if you know anything about animals on the road, just hit it. Like
Just hit it, yeah.
just hit it. Don't try to avoid it.
Like
'cause
even with a
avoiding
deer,
it's
you're not
gonna
supposed to
be-
swerve. You'd rather hit it than swerve.
Yeah. So but he tried to swerve, freaking right into the ditch,
Yep.
rolled his car upside down, and so what was super funny about this, one of my brothers, I have 5 brothers, by the way. But one of my brothers,
Can't imagine. Relate.
one of my brothers never wears his seatbelt when he rides with me, and it kind of pisses me off.
What?
Yeah, never wears his seatbelt when he rides with me, or at least never did. I don't know if he does anymore. But he was actually wearing his seatbelt, and the one brother who was driving, who usually wears his seatbelt when he rides with me, was not wearing his seatbelt.
Oh man.
So the way that one of my brothers explained to me, at least the way
I bet he wears it now.
he was upside down, right, and
Yeah.
saw my other brother flop out of the driver's seat.
Right.
Thought he was dead.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. No, everyone walked. The 4 people in the car, 3 of which were not wearing seatbelts,
Oh my
walked away with scratches. That's it.
That's crazy.
Scratches.
Jesus.
And that was
I've-
like 6 months after my accident that I had in 2015.
The little bit of
Oh,
time I've been
man.
on the fire station, I've heard stories of people not wearing seatbelts from other people, and they're insane. Like what happens?
Oh yeah.
Like I will never be in a car and not wear a seatbelt.
Oh yeah,
Like
no.
I could be going changing spots in a parking lot, and for some reason, it's just in my mind that I put on a seatbelt.
So
Well, when
When
me
I-
and Caleb and our friend group used to hang out all the time.
That's interesting.
I'll take out the dead space.
Who's here? Who are you talking to?
What was that then?
Who? Yeah. What was that?
I was watching a Snapchat.
For everybody who didn't hear, we just heard like
Oh.
like
No,
someone
no,
talking. It
It
sounded
sounded like
cut
there was
this all
another
out.
man in here. I'm like, who the hell is this? But like,
I'll cut this all out. Hold on.
I used to drive.
Hold on.
I used to drive us around, and my big stipulation was to make sure they had their seatbelts on.
Yes, he.
And if they
if-
didn't, I would stop the car, and I would just sit there and wait. I wouldn't even say anything.
So there was one time I was just adjusting my seatbelt in the back seat. Kyle heard the unclick. We're driving down the road. Kyle hears the unclick of the seatbelt, slams on his brakes, and goes,
is
"Who took
probably
their
more
seatbelt
dangerous.
off?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'm just like it locked up on me, please." Like, and he's like, "Don't put it on. I need to hear the click." So, but oh yeah, he's
Better be safe than sorry. I mean, granted, probably slamming on the brakes is probably more dangerous,
yeah.
yeah.
but it's
See,
better.
no, but speaking of
flying out.
seatbelts, is there when I was going to my fire class before I failed,
Just throwing it
Nice
out
little
there.
caveat there
Yeah.
before I failed.
took a department vehicle, and I always rode with one other girl rode with me that was also taking the class. She's on the fire department, has seen multiple accidents because she's been on for probably 4 or 5 years now, and does not wear a seatbelt. And I'm like, you see the results of people not wearing seatbelts, and you still decide not to wear a seatbelt.
What in the world?
I mean, the girl, I know her too. We've had a person that we have both known get ejected from a car, and have seen her, the result of her
Yeah.
dying because she got ejected out of the windshield.
Ejecto Cito, cuz.
Okay, but speaking on seatbelts, when we were younger, my parents would be going from one
Oh my
store
God.
to another store in the same parking lot. And Ben would scream, "Stop moving! I don't have my seatbelt on!" And they'd be like, "Ben, we're going from one parking lot to the next in the same parking lot. You don't need it on." And my dad, he would put it into drive, and hear the shifter, and Ben would be freaking out, full panic, trying to get his seatbelt to click in the booster seat, which, by the way, can be a challenge because those booster seats move.
Yeah, and then it hides the seatbelt thing.
And it hides the seatbelt clicker, and yeah.
I was
full-on
afraid that Dad was gonna crash at some point then, and we were gonna flip and I was gonna fly out of the
I
vehicle.
trust Dad's driving more than I trust Mom's.
Oh, 100%.
Sorry, Mom.
I don't think I've
Love
ever
you.
been in the car with your mom driving. It's always been your dad.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because he keeps it that way because we're all scared of her.
I've rode with everyone of your like in your family, like you, Ben, and your dad, but never your
Probably.
mom driving.
I feel like you have.
When?
In the 4 years, almost 5 years that we've been together.
I don't think your mom's ever driven with me in the car though. It's always been either your dad, you, and Ben.
Since we're on the topic, Kyle, who would you trust more in your family, your mom or your dad, to drive? If you're going on a trip or something.
Yeah, if you're
who do
going
you trust
anywhere,
more?
who would you trust?
Who would you rather drive with?
See, I want to say my dad just because I've been with him more when he's driving. But I've also been with my mom, and she just almost hits cats.
Just cats?
Yeah, like
Was this like a one-time incident that's engraved in?
no, there's a couple times like I was riding with her, and like it was funny because like at one point I just randomly said meow, and then a cat ran over the car, and she slammed on the brakes.
You summoned the cat.
Yeah, and she's like, "How the hell did you know?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just said meow. Like I don't know why I said it." And like there was like other times like wildlife would go in front of her, and she would like overreact. Like I mean, swerve the car and everything. It's like, Mom, it's a squirrel. I mean, granted, I also swerve around squirrels, but like,
Oh, I
Come
try to
on.
I
You
tray to hit
swerve
squirrels.
around everything.
I
but
speed up. I
cats.
speed up if I see a squirrel.
All because of poor Smokey.
oh god, I hate that cat.
All right, Caleb. Let's hear your opinion. If your mom or dad, who do you trust more to drive?
My mom, hands down. My mom. My dad thinks lines are optional.
I can see that.
Always has. I don't know if he actually thinks lines are optional, but let's just say he learned how to drive in the military.
It's
in the-
just-
in
So
our-
like the
Yes.
dotted lines and all that stuff, or
Oh yeah.
They're just suggestions,
They're,
like
yeah,
the,
they're just suggestions.
like the speed limit signs.
Not even.
Just like the speed limit.
yeah, speed limit signs are definitely suggestional.
Yeah,
Oh.
like 25. No, I can go 45.
Hit
45,
smoke a
I'm
kid
Yeah,
in a school zone.
Hey, as long as you don't get caught, it's not illegal.
exactly. It's only illegal if you get caught.
This is
Yeah,
not
just
this,
like the time me and Kyle were at Big Hill.
This is not legal advice. Do not take this advice.
I did get got one time. You were with me, weren't you?
Depends on the time you're talking about.
I had I was hangry, and we went to get Alex, and I was going up 213.
I vaguely remember this.
I was going up the hill, and I had my radar going, and I didn't know that the cop was coming because my music was blaring.
Oh, she didn't hear it.
And yeah, and Alex was like, Kyle. Like, he was telling me, but I wasn't listening. Cop came over the hill, and like as he passed me, he turned his lights on, and I immediately pulled over because I knew it was for me.
Oh, dude, the
And
one time.
He got me going 79 out of 55.
So
You're lucky you can get your
Black
license
Friday.
taken away.
$215 ticket.
You're lucky you can get your license taken away.
It was like 10 points off or something
Yeah.
like that.
You
Yeah.
can pull your license for that much.
yeah,
Yeah.
Black Friday for 2020 or 2021, I can't remember. I was coming home from here, and I was going down Hart Road in Beloit.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You called me after that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was going like 75, 70.
in the 55
See,
in the 55.
off of the freeway.
because that
Cop-
one, it feels like you're crawling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cop pulls
Did you
me
get right
over.
off the freeway and get onto that road that's 55, and you're like, man, this is slow.
Yeah.
This lady cop pissed me off because she literally looked at me and she goes, "The only reason I'm writing you a ticket is because I'm working a traffic grant today." And I was like, "Excuse me, bitch."
Caleb got a. I was with him. He got a ticket for
Oh.
blowing a stop sign.
Yeah.
I
Because
So
he
we
thought
were-
he was
he
slick.
just he just blatantly.
Yes. And
I
so,
mean, he's like,
what?
I
Okay.
don't see a cop. Do you? Right through it, and as you went through it, there's a cop sitting there.
So we were going up the hill. Yeah. I didn't see a cop, and I was like, "I don't see a cop. Do you, Kyle?" Kyle was like,
First off, you
"No."
trusted Kyle.
Yeah.
I was like,
He was
nope.
like, "Nope." As we were like just passing the threshold of the stop sign, I looked to my left, and there's a freaking cop.
Well, me and Caleb both
So-
looked at her, and then we both looked straight, and Caleb goes,
there's
"Fuck."
there's a ticket.
Yeah. He goes,
And
"There's a ticket."
So we go a couple streets ahead. We pull over because she flips on her red and blues, and she comes up to the car. She goes, "Do you know I pulled you over?" I was like, "Accidentally ran that stop sign back there." And she goes, "Accidentally? You ran it at 30 miles an hour."
I was in the passenger seat cackling.
I was just like, "Really?"
Dude, it was so funny. Like oh man. And yeah, she came back, gave him a ticket and everything, and like
$98.59.
Yeah.
How you remember that?
$98 ticket for blowing a stop
Like,
sign, and I get
so
a $200 ticket
Because
for going 25
Every
over.
time I pass there, and I actually pass there a lot when I
Yeah.
go home from work. Every time I pass there, I'm
You
like,
think of you
never
reminisce.
blowing this fucking stop sign again.
Well,
Well,
it
you
was
should-
like
you should really
3 in the
think-
morning.
You should really think not to blow
Okay.
a stop sign ever.
No, but it was 3 in the morning.
It was a 4-way stop.
It was a
too.
4-way
Didn't
stop
you get in an
and-
accident from someone blowing a stop sign?
on a 2-way stop, not a 4-way.
Not a 4-way.
He had the right of way.
Yeah, I had the right of way on
But
that.
still, should be a lesson about blowing stop signs.
For sure. And trust me, I've got my lesson now. Now, I've accidentally blown them before because I
Who
either
hasn't?
A, didn't
Everybody
see
does.
them, or like the one in your hometown.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, it was like one of the first.
remember
It was like one of
Ross?
the first times, and he blew it.
Yeah.
Remember Ross?
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve
Oh,
party?
yes.
It was raining. He came walking in soaked. We're like, why the hell are you so wet? He's like, oh, I walked here.
And
We're
you,
like,
guys went to go,
"Where's
why?"
your car?"
and you guys went to go get his car, and you guys got pulled over again.
Yeah, by the same cop?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it
in
was
my
funny
car.
because we were turning, and Ross goes, hey, that's the cop that pulled me over. Proceeds to pull Caleb over.
Yes. What was light? Was
Your
it a
brake light
or-
was out.
brake light? That was right.
So then we knew the cop was distracted, so we turned around and we picked up Ross's car and drove
Yep.
it to my
Well,
house.
you drove Ross's car. I'm pretty sure.
No, I was in the passenger seat. He drove
You?
it to my house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he had expired a license, right?
Yep.
Dude,
Suspended.
I was looking all over to make sure that cop wasn't gonna pop out
Oh, dude. that
because
would've
when we
sucked.
turned around, he was gone,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh my god, like
our
I was so
our
nervous.
hometown is sneaky like that. They
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
Well, I mean, it's so small that like it's not hard to get from
No.
Point A
B
to
to
point
B.
B. Yeah.
or A to B, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
And there's only like 2 cops on shifts. You don't see very many cops like ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair though, your town is small enough that if
Yeah.
with 2 cops on you gonna see one.
But apparently it's
likely.
not small enough to get 3 brand new F-150s.
Calm
Ooh,
down.
tax money.
Calm down. Anyways, I hear we have a hot conspiracy this week.
Ooh. This doesn't match conspiracy theories.
It really
It's like a
doesn't.
haunting.
I don't know, it's our thing because
It's
last
a-
time it had nothing to do with ghosts.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was
just
like
gonna-
it's gotta be
AI.
our thing now,
But,
though. you
yeah.
I'm
know?
just gonna record that, and then that's gonna be our new one for the
Ooh.
conspiracy.
All right,
So
what do we got?
this week we got deep state or shadow government. It's pretty much the same thing. So do any of you know what the deep state is or shadow government is?
Absolutely
Nope.
not.
Do you have any sort of idea, Kyle? 'Cause you're also you're my conspiracy person here usually with
I
me.
mean, I've heard, but I'm not too deep into it. See what I did?
So yeah,
Nice, nice.
it wasn't very nice, but all right. So it's a
Nice to him.
it's a
He's
secret
fragile.
government that
Unreal.
secretly controls like all the
Unreal.
politicians and like everything else. So like anything from like riots to wars, like they literally write the script for the world. It's really weird. So like have you ever heard about like the aliens like flying in the ocean and then coming out of the ocean and stuff?
So what you're telling me is this entire life is just scripted?
Yes, like
Just like the NFL.
so
So
it's not fully
who-
scripted. Like
I was
they
gonna say, who's
say,
writing my life because it's unfair?
No, it's
No, no,
not.
no,
It's
no.
not. Your life's not. It's like the government and stuff.
It's
Like,
like
they
big
control like
events.
the government and stuff.
like voting.
Like,
and
they
stuff?
decide who the president is. Like they're so
Oh, yeah.
conspiracy saying that our votes don't matter because they control it. Who they want president.
They make it seem like our votes matter.
Yes, they make it
But
seem
they
like that,
don't.
but it's
Because
whoever they want to be president.
does it like the college? What is
The
it called?
electoral
The
college.
electoral
Yeah.
college.
So they decide like who.
Yeah,
who
they
we go to
are
war
like
with?
because you don't really know who the electoral college is. Like they never
don't.
disclose that information. So the rumor is like that the electoral college is the deep state. So
Hmm.
And so like they have full control over it. So they pick who's in Congress, who's in like your state representatives and stuff. And
All I want to know is whoever's writing the script, can they please make the Kindling conversations go big and viral?
they probably won't 'cause we're
It's asking
exposing
a
him.
lot.
I'm exposing him right now. So
Oh, that's true.
so have you ever heard of like alien ships coming out of like the water or something like the ocean and stuff?
Like they cover them up.
No. Like the alien ship, like there's a story out there of a Air Force pilot that was flying across the ocean, and the ship came out of like literally a hole opened in the ocean. A ship, like a flying ship, came out of it and then took off like with like a flash of a light.
Oh what?
No.
And they claimed it as aliens.
I've
But
never-
there are now new conspiracies coming out saying that that's not aliens. It's actually the deep state that is. So it's the deep state. It's a new technology that they're working out. Because you ever thought about how does
They have technology too.
like they have way advanced technology than we do.
So it's basically aliens that control it. Is what I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
but they have like secret underground bases. No one knows who they are.
what?
I am very skeptical on that. I don't think that's a thing.
So like another thing, like the Black Lives Matters protests, like all the riots and stuff.
They
It's
control.
also rumored that they started that. Like they produced certain people into there. Or did you hear about that one in the park about those like I think it's I don't know what it was, but it was some group of people like the KKK all met together in like a box truck and were going to actually like do something. I think this was New York.
What?
That was also, they said, started by a person from the deep state to collect all these people together because they have access to
And it's-
everything.
I do think it could be possible that like you insert somebody that is very vocal and you very persuasive, using the right words, saying things that people want to hear, you're gonna get people to follow you.
100%. So just like all these things, like with like saying that, oh, Joe Biden follows a script, like there's people saying that that's written by the deep state. The deep
To be
state
fair,
controls what
there's
he
people.
I was gonna
that
say most presidents or higher politicians,
does. Yes.
they do follow a
The-
script.
There are a lot of people that say also that Obama's really just playing it as a puppet master for Biden. So
But
That's
Obama,
the
people
thing.
are saying, is also part of the deep state. Because so when a president gets elected into president, they get access to all these things and they get read into all these different things, correct? And they say that one of the things they get read into is the deep state. They hear about the deep state and how they have to listen to it and all this stuff.
nah.
You don't think so? I don't know. But like it's interesting. It depends on who you listen to. Everybody has their own little like thing about it. Everyone has their own opinion about it of what it is.
I
and-
mean, everyone has their
who
own
it is.
opinions on everything,
Yeah.
right? But
But like, there's even now rumors coming out saying that the Ukraine-Russian war was started by the deep state. It was a deep state ploy so they could do something to get that like pulls everybody's mind off something else onto that so they can do something else.
nah. I just don't believe it.
Have you ever thought about where all these new military technologies come from?
Advancements naturally that are progressing naturally because as a nation we're getting smarter, as a world, as a colony, as a civilization we're getting smarter and more technologically advanced anyways, and expanding upon each and every innovation that's out there. We continue to expand on it.
So all these alien technologies, you think are actually aliens then, right?
Alien technologies,
Yes.
what
Like
alien
these ships that move
technologies?
extremely fast that they see and stuff.
Provide me
with
proof
no-
that they're actually real and not just a CGI'd thing.
So it was just weird too. There's no actual really good footage of any of this stuff,
Interesting.
which is weird too. So we'll get then. Well, I'm getting off topic about aliens now, so we'll get off that because
I was gonna say interesting.
So yeah,
But-
that's what the deep state pretty much is. It's pretty interesting too, because like I should have looked into it more, but I thought I did, so I could
Well-
get more information about it. But that's pretty much the gist of what the deep state is.
I tell you what, why don't we all just go do our own research and come back and talk about it?
Well, are we gonna have a
See.
conspiracy recap next time?
Oh, we could, because this is a big one. This is a biggie. It's a big one.
Because this one kind of starts off with every other conspiracy. Like this is This is like the daddy of conspiracies. Because
Kyle re-walked into this conversation
He walked
right
in
when
with
Ben said "daddy," and Kyle's face was priceless.
he was just like, Daddy.
because like people are saying that the 9/11 the deep state made. Like those
How far back does the deep state go?
It goes back really far.
Like since inception of America?
I don't know about that far, but it goes pretty back. It goes pretty far back.
I have a hard time grasping my mind that there'd be
One
it's
agency
just
controls.
now coming out, right? Like
See, no, it's not. It's been coming out for a while. There's a lot of stuff that dates back that have been coming out. Like
how
this
far
has been a
back?
thing. Like
let me guess, anyone who exposes the deep state probably dies as well.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, just
So,
like everything.
I am
in
not
conspiracy
suicidal,
theory.
guys. I will never kill myself.
If
I
you
am not-
are, there is a great number 988 or call your non-emergency county phone line.
So if I
Mm.
die, it's most likely because someone killed me because I exposed the deep state. So
Or okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I have my reservations about.
I do
anything
understand
like
because
that.
I
it is a
don't-
lot to try to.
I don't know. I never believed really in aliens. I don't know.
I don't
Do I
know.
think the government is rigged? Probably. No doubt. There's something along the lines that are rigging it, doing things to make,
Rigged. I don't know. But-
setting it up for other people's success. Sure.
Yeah, that one's a tough nut to crack. I
because
feel
that
like.
one there's so much behind it.
Tough nut.
I know you weren't here, Kyle, but next podcast we're probably gonna have a conspiracy
Yeah.
recap.
We'll have a conspiracy recap for
So
this.
we're
'Cause
all
this
gonna
one's
do
such
our
a big
own
one.
kind of
Like
information
we
on this
kind of
one.
all have to do our own investigation and get our
So
own.
next week you may
information.
get 2 conspiracies. We'll see.
Well,
We'll
not
see.
really two. You'll get.
I
A
want to
recap
know
and,
what the new one is.
I'll do some research for the next podcast, but
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, anything else you guys want to add? To
what are we
this
running for time
deep
right now?
state?
You don't know. You can't read the time it says on there. Come on,
It's constantly going up every second.
Right, so
give us a roundabout, like round
Oh,
up or something. I don't
Hour and
care.
7.
Hour and 7.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we're doing pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah,
Yeah, a good little commute.
yeah. I think we're doing
Yeah.
pretty good for our second podcast.
So if you work in Beloit and live in Madison, or vice versa, you can get through this whole
Yeah.
episode in one day.
Right. Yeah, they're back.
Perfect.
Yeah,
you
perfect.
go.
Or if
Or you listen to half of it while you're on your way to work and then
Yeah.
finish
Or
it
half
up
your
when
way
you're on your way home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
or if you've only got like a 10-minute commute like me, just listen to it in bits and pieces. On
I
your
have a
ride
question
home.
for you guys. Do you guys think you'll ever listen to your own podcast?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I don't think I will because I hate the sound of my voice.
I do too, but I like to rehash the conversation. And
I don't care. I hate the
Yeah.
sound
I don't
of
know,
my
I
voice
feel
that
like
much.
I'm going to have
We
to.
could probably listen to it to see what we need to improve on.
That's why I would listen to it,
You know.
and I'd
I
continue
may-
to listen to
I
it
may try to listen
Right.
to it during work.
because there
because
also
I listen to
might.
podcast, but like I said, I'm gonna hate it.
I mean,
the sound of my voice.
Kyle and I will sit and rewatch our
Gameplay from Lethal
gameplay
Company.
because it's just so funny to see it from like
Yeah,
Caleb is streaming. We see his point of view, or like when he's dead and we're still alive. Now see his commentary
Yeah.
because he'll talk to us
Yeah,
and
see,
stuff.
it's the
So,
cause of
like-
I can hear my voice. I don't like listening to it because I hate
So, like,
the
when
sound of my voice.
So like when I watched Caleb just run off the edge, it was funny watching his point of view of him just running off the edge.
And
you
seeing
know?
that he did not see that the trail did not keep going.
I don't know
Yeah.
how you don't.
I
see
have
that.
to go back and rewatch and try to see if I can explain to you guys.
Like there was clearly no railing, and he just right over.
I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention or what was going on, but yeah.
It was funny because he fell and he was still sprinting as he was falling. Like,
Yeah, he was still running when he fell.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and rewatch and see what I was doing because I might have been doing something else in my room.
And I mean, as like doing part of the social media, reels, snippets, teasers, I'm gonna have to hear like different parts.
Yeah, I guess.
Like
Yeah, 'cause
throughout this podcast, I'm already
People
like
are sluts
plucking
for
what
little
I want
time
for a
TikTok-
real.
TikTok Shorts is our main gaining people. Not
Mhm.
TikTok Shorts, TikToks in general.
I was gonna say TikTok
Yeah.
is short form
Yeah,
video.
so I mean,
but
short form videos gonna be our best way to gain people for this podcast.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the crave for.
So if
social
you're
media
listening
right
from
now.
TikTok, welcome, and I hope you continue to listen to us.
Welcome from TikTok, which our handle is at kindling.conversations.
Or you can go on
Instagram.
Instagram and it's Kindling Conversations.
Our
No
Facebook.
spaces.
If you go to
no
our
dots.
Facebook, it's gonna have the link for all of our social media on there.
TikTok
so you
will
can just
too.
go through and click.
I think
yeah.
all of our socials
Yeah.
will have all of the socials.
I don't
But
know if you guys
on
can tell from
Facebook-
this conversation, but we all took a part in socials.
Yes.
So if something's a little off,
Ashley had more of a hard time than some of the
Yes,
other ones. but,
jeez.
You know.
But Facebook is at Kindling
Yeah,
Convos.
I took the easy one, TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of already had the account set up,
Yeah.
so.
That's true.
But hit us up on social media.
I think we should do
We gotta get a
like,
Discord together.
like a Q&A.
Oh, Discord would be fun.
A Discord community would be fun
Yes.
so we can actually talk
Community
about
would be-
stuff.
So
We could have like a
stay
we
tuned.
could have like a conspiracy suggestions in there, so people
Yeah.
can suggest different conspiracies.
Stay
for us.
tuned for a potential Discord community coming soon.
So we could have
I
great
still
talks
think-
in there about certain conspiracies and stuff. I'd love to talk to some other people about their conspiracies and stuff. It'd be interesting.
Absolutely.
The
We
Kindling
can
community.
do
Kindling
like
Yeah.
Q&As every week. We each pick one from
Oh.
each social
Yeah.
and
Q&A.
answer
We
a
post-
question.
We post a post your Q&As, questions in the.
Yep.
Yeah. I
that'd be
mean,
interesting.
maybe we can even make it a little more interactive too, and
Yeah.
Have callers.
have callers and on the show.
We gotta get
Yeah.
we gotta get followers first. Let's step back. We gotta get
Yeah,
I mean,
okay,
why-
fair, but we
let's-
can
We
plan.
can dream. and
Let our
plan
potential followers know
what's coming.
what's coming and what we're planning on doing. Maybe we can get that
Exactly.
Facebook group
I
set up.
mean, this is really the start of
Yeah.
like
Just
This is
something,
the start.
Just
something new
wait.
for us.
Just wait until we get to do our live podcast, where we're actually on a stage and people are listening to our podcast in this crowd.
Oh, that's
Would
kind
that
of
be a
dope.
day?
That would be a day. Just wait till I can quit.
Ben would have
Not
stage
managing.
fright.
Even if we
Probably,
hit it
yeah.
good here, I'm not gonna quit.
Well, it just depends. I feel like
Yeah.
for me, like if we hit it good, like
I mean, if my
where
if
people
my
are wanting to
stand
come
up,
to a
if my
show
stand-up
and
takes off,
See,
you know, then
and I get your
Ben, I'm
points.
sorry, but
I got. Don't you worry.
I get
I'm
your
gonna do
point.
well, you went to school like
I
20
worked-
years of school for
Yes,
years.
I worked my
It was not
tushy
20
off.
years. It was
It was-
5.
Still,
I-
I mean,
Starting from
I went to a
kindergarten,
week of class.
I starting from kindergarten to
You
now
cannot
my
count.
master's.
You cannot count kindergarten. To,
Why? I did not stop.
What
Yes.
did you learn in
Like,
kindergarten
I
that had to
did
do with
not
social work?
stop. Writing, talking,
What? Oh,
sharing,
I learned how to
Reading?
color.
reading.
I learned how
I
to
learned how to
color.
nap.
Yeah.
And so far, I'm going on 4
Gee.
years and haven't stopped school either. Haven't taken a break yet. I continue going to school, so I'm in the same boat as you.
Yeah,
but
so
you
that's
failed this semester.
that's why I'm saying I can't.
Hey, it's still going to school though, isn't it?
I can't.
Fair
Like
enough.
I don't want to give that part up of me.
No.
Like, would I pull it back
I don't
to split my time from doing this
don't-
and
I think I would go
Doing my
part time at my
social
job
work?
if this actually took off.
sure, maybe I would
I
do
enjoy
the
my work.
hybrid position so I could be home and do multitasking in between calls.
Or
but
I would
don't
get,
think I would give it up fully and just wash my hands clean.
or I'd get better at programming, where you can just people send you a print and you program from home and send them back their print.
See, if
their
I actually
program and
probably made it big. I'd probably just start my own restaurant and just hire people to run it and everything. Make
My
it-
name's up
make,
there.
Make my money, make my money,
Make my
stuff.
money.
Yeah,
for
if I
me.
made it big, I'd probably start my own CNC company
Yeah.
and then just hire people to run it. And
What would you do if you made it big, Kyle? Ashley? Well, you kind of already told us.
he would be a stay-home dad.
I'd still probably be bossed around by Ashley.
True. No, I do think Kyle would. He would be. Let me stay home with the kids.
For sure.
That's all he can talk about now.
Well, yeah.
Like, I'm not saying my dad was a bad dad because he wasn't at all. And, you know, he was there for me and Hunter, you know, all the time. But, like, I feel like the connection, you know, with your child is really important. So, I feel like being a stay-at-home dad, you know, would be really
You know, I know who our
Be
first
really
guest
cool.
should be. Hunter.
my dad. Oh, Oh god, my dad would be scary.
We really should get Hunter on the podcast. I think he would have so much fun with
Oh god.
Oh, he would. He'd want to start his own
Yeah.
Hunter's World Gaming podcast.
Yes. By the way, go watch Hunter and his
Yeah, shout out to
videos.
Hunter.
If you
Hunter's
want
World
if you want a
Gaming
good
on
if
YouTube.
you want a good laugh, there you go.
He
His
has
videos are-
autism, so
Oh
be
my.
forewarned. You know.
They're
He's-
actually pretty
He
good.
is
though.
very
Yeah.
good. Kyle and
He-
I are
Yeah.
starred on a few of his videos a couple
His-
times.
Yeah.
Video editing is like
We need,
pretty good.
Maybe
we
we
need
should
to
have
take
him on
some
our
classes
podcast.
from Hunter.
Maybe we should have,
Yeah,
him,
right.
have him at our podcast.
Some
maybe
of
he
his,
needs to be the video recorder for us.
There you go.
Some of his videos.
Oh wait, we need to take a step back, Ben.
Some of his videos
All
make
too much?
real world mysteries too.
Yep.
Because there was like the mystery of his missing glasses.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
So he had just got these brand new glasses, and he was recording
Recording.
up in his room. Came downstairs, glasses were gone, and my dad's like, "Hunter, where's your glasses?" He goes, "I don't know, I lost them." And like
Just got them.
my dad was pissed and like couldn't find his glasses for like a week, and I was just watching one of his videos and like he had his glasses on his head, and he screamed and like his head went back, came back, glasses were gone, and I'm like, oh, and I pointed at the screen. I ran in his room. They were in his trash can.
Oh my god.
His head flew back, and his glasses went into his trash can. And I'm like, there they are. And he goes, oh, I knew they were in there. No, you didn't. I'm like,
No, you
you
didn't.
didn't know where they were at.
we just Midwest goodbye this podcast, guys.
Hey,
We started to
You know what?
We talked about our social. We're like, all right, we're gonna head out. Oh wait, let's talk about this first.
you know what? I don't even care. Like, that's totally fine.
I don't either.
Well, here's your Midwest
I
goodbye.
just thought it was funny. So all you people down south, if you wanna experience a Midwest goodbye,
You just did.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
happens on a daily for
That's-
us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I
We
think
go
that's-
on random tangents, but
Yep.
I do think this is a great
This is
ending
good.
point. One last shout out for our socials: Instagram at Kindling Conversations, TikTok at kindling.conversations, and Facebook at Kindling Convos,
And they're all lowercase.
or uppercase. It really doesn't.
It doesn't really
what that
matter.
Oh,
stuff
no.
is.
You will
No.
see our
You look
logo.
up Kindling Conversation, it'll pop up.
Yeah, you'll see our cover art and our logo, and there'll be some bios about us and stuff coming up soon,
Yeah.
hopefully. So check us out.
See ya.
Toodles.
Peace.
Bye.